Hey, 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 we're live. All right, guys. So I don't know if you can hear this, but my neighbor is practicing the drums below me. So if there's any to hear, that's them, not me. All right. So in today's video, I wanted to address many layered topics. I like those, as you might have noticed. And it starts with the distinction between resignation and acceptance. And the reason why I want to talk to you about this today is because of our COVID situation is going into round 3. So stay tuned. Everything I have to share is coming right up. All right. Hello. Welcome back. So in case you don't know me yet, my name is Henrike Schmidt. I am the whole brain coach, and I help my clients release limiting thinking patterns and outdated social programming so they can unapologetically go after the life that they desire and deserve. So today, so I don't know what the situation is like for you. So let me share a little bit about what's happening for us right now. So I'm in Germany, and today the government and the federal government, heads of government, are convening to determine any future steps and possible tightening down of the screws of our version of a lockdown. Hold on one second. Nina, du bist zu laut. All right. So where was I? My daughter's just behind me, as you might have noticed. So for me, this situation right now brought up the image of an episode of Star Trek Voyager. Hold on, hear me out, okay? So they have, like in the series, they are somehow, I think it's a wormhole, they end up like far, far, far away from home, and they're all alone. There's no federation, like no friends anywhere near. And the only medical doctor they have on board is an emergency artificial intelligence holographic program. And this program is a bitch. He is grumpy, he's short-tempered, and he has no empathy. And he has no time for people who are suffering from the various illnesses, as they would when they come to see a doctor. So to show his crew teammates and his patients that they're just being whiny little bitches, he programs himself to get a 24-hour flu. And unbeknownst to him, so he's fine, like he's ill, but he's keeping it together, and he's, putting all the effort in to be, to show his strong side. So, but unbeknownst to him, his teammates reprogram the flu to last beyond the 24 hours. So what do you think happens once the 24 hours have passed? He goes into a panic, and he becomes the worst patient you have ever seen. He's just a little heap of misery. Yeah. And I think that's kind of where we are, where I am right now with COVID, is because we do not know how long it's going to last. So you can muster all your strength at the beginning and just clench your butt cheeks and grind your teeth, and I can do this. But eventually you're going to run out of strength. You're going to run out of willpower to just power through this. Because as we have noticed now, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. So to make a long story short, I thought I would go into one of the biggest, the most helpful practices you can adapt anytime, let alone during a stressful and demanding time as COVID, and that is a mindfulness practice. But, and this is where the distinction between resignation and acceptance comes in, because there is an active ingredient to a successful mindfulness practice. So first of all, I looked up the definitions of resignation versus acceptance stroke equanimity, because that's more where I'm coming from when I'm saying acceptance. So resignation, let me just quickly refer to my notes. So resignation is an unresisting attitude or state, and it's acquiescence, but it's also submission. So for me, the term resignation has a definite undertone of helplessness. I'm just resigned to my fate. I feel like I'm a little play ball of the fates. I have no control over my life anymore. So I must resign myself to my fate. However, and if you just tweak this sense minutely, you can get to equanimity. And equanimity, in contrast, is mental or emotional stability or composure, especially under tension or strain. Ding, 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 bingo, right? That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. And guess what? In 2019, several scientists, let me just quickly look up their names before I forget. So it's Lindsay, Brown, Young, Smith, and Kressel, went out to find, well, they set out, they didn't go out, they set out to identify the active ingredient in your mindfulness practice. And they wanted to do this because of this continuing trend of social isolation, and people were feeling more lonely and more disconnected from others. So they had studied previous research which suggested that mindfulness is a very helpful intervention to alleviate those sensations of loneliness and disconnect. But what exactly was it in the mindfulness practice that did that? So they created an experiment where they put people into 3 different groups. One group just practiced the noticing of their states, of their now. The second group practiced the noticing of the now and accepting of what is. And the third group was just a control group who did a different exercise altogether. And guess what? Only the group who practiced the equanimity, who practiced okay, so this is how it is, and I'm going to just go with it. So I'm going to accept how I feel. I'm going to stay curious about how I feel, how bad these things are going to make me feel. And I am fine with it. I'm not going to fight these feelings. Ta-da! So if you are only body scanning, if you are only listening, if you're only checking your senses one by one, you're missing out on the magic ingredients of equanimity. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you today. And I would be really curious to hear what it is in this current situation that you struggle with most and that you feel is the most difficult for you to accept and to just flow with in the comments below so I can reply to you. And I will be back here next week, Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central European Time. That's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Henrike Schmidt. There. I'm the Whole Brain Coach, and I would love to hear from you. So stay safe, stay healthy, and practice what I preach. Hey? All right, guys, little disclaimer down here. I am not perfect. I struggle with this situation as much as the next person. All right. And I also struggle with accepting and equanimity. But sometimes all you need to do also is, okay, I'm going into another one. So if you are struggling with your perfect image. If you're struggling with being a mom, being a good business person, entrepreneur, wife, lover, caregiver, whatever it is, like all the different roles that you have to all fit under one hat. Yes. Sometimes it's okay to just be unapologetically selfish. And today I need my nap. I need my workout. I need my quiet time. I'm going to read, put the kids in front of the telly. They're not going to die from watching an extra half an hour, an extra hour, getting an extra hour of screen time. Sometimes you need to put your oxygen mask on first, like they tell you in the plane. Yeah, because otherwise, when you don't function well, everything is going to come crashing down. Yeah. So it's okay to sometimes just think of yourself first. All right. So if that's something that you struggle with, send me a direct message, leave a comment in the comments, and I will get back to you. All right. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.